Hello and welcome to the newly named Yes You Can Coaching podcast. My name's Claire. You might or might not remember me from the previous podcast, which was called Don't Be a Dick. Now, the tagline on this, when I share it, you'll see, unless it's on the YouTube channel, will still be Don't Be a Dick. But I decided at the beginning of this year that I was going to do a whole new rebrand. And this is kind of episode 1 of the new brand. First time I've recorded it as well, so this is incredibly nerve-wracking. And although I've been looking into how to edit videos and make it a little bit more professional and things like that, I decided that I'd quite like to go on this journey, because I'll explain what Yes You Can and what this whole thing is in a minute. You'll realise I talk with my hands. I wanted you to come along on this journey of learning with me too. When I get an idea in my head and I really think it's going to work, and my main motivation is helping people and my main superpower is being just me, I thought, yes, I want to learn how to video edit. Yes, I want to learn how to do it all fancy and be like my YouTube influencers such as Lucy Davis and Katie Calloway and all of that. But in reality, that just isn't me yet. And I think as much as I love these YouTubers, I could list them off, name drop them and everything, and they're all polished and perfect and they must take hours and hours and hours. I want to kind of show you the stages up to getting to that point. And I'm going to do that with quite a lot of aspects of my life while we're going along on this journey. So although I'm launching Yes You Can Coaching, or Yes You Can Holistic Life Coaching to give it its full title, I'm also going to be my own case study. I don't think it's fair from my core values, my business thingy is, I want to show you that I'm along on this journey with you, that everything is a learning thing, that I make mistakes, I fail, I get scared, I procrastinate. I do all of these things, but it doesn't stop me moving forward. And like I said, my superpower is being me, and I want to be on this journey with you. And my whole premises of Yes You Can is using, yes, I've got the qualifications, I can list them all off, I can show you them, you can get in contact with me and we can go through them and everything like that. But I genuinely believe that the main selling point for my Yes You Can coaching is lived experience. And for me, and the way that I am and the way that my life goes, I'm always going to kind of be on this learning journey. I'm going to have relapses. I'm going to have days where I feel invincible and everything's going right. And I'm going to have days where I probably sit on this podcast and I cry and I do all of these things. And I want to be relatable. And I think one of these things that I've realised recently is, like I said, I've got into YouTube at the beginning of the year when I was I was in a bit of a slump. 2023 hadn't been the year I really expected it to be. Don't get me wrong, there was a lot of good things in it. But yeah, it just wasn't quite the year that I'd hoped it'd be. When I'd sat down in January 2023, I had these aims and visions and things like that in losing my dad in the February. It kind of was a catalyst to a lot of different things, and it kind of became a snowball effect. But it came to the end of 2023 and I was thinking, just like, what is going on? What can I do? What do I want to do? And I kind of didn't know, but I knew that I couldn't have another year like I did last year. And I wanted to improve, and I wanted to get that passion back that I had in 2018, 2019. And it's reality, and I think that's what I want Yes You Can to be. So, right, so let's just skip back. We've done about 4 minutes of random babbling here. Let's start properly. So, my name's Claire. Realistically, my life's been full of up and downs, but it's only since 2017 that things kind of started to unravel, but also started to make a little bit more sense. And it's quite, hopefully along these podcasts and the experiences that we have together, you'll start to learn a little bit more about me. I'm an open book. I'll share anything. I'll answer any questions. Probably overshare too much sometimes. But I want you to get to know the real me, because getting to know the real me hopefully builds up a trust, hopefully builds up a rapport, and that hopefully builds up a business that can grow and develop and help as many people. And that's my number one motivation. Now, A few little kind of side warnings with this podcast is I'm getting very good at not swearing these days. I'm working in a school recently has helped me with that, so I'm realising that I don't have to F and Jeff all of the time. But let's be honest, especially when I'm passionate about something or I'm having a rant or just sometimes it slips out. So please do be aware that sometimes I may occasionally swear. I don't use the C word, so you're safe with that, but sometimes there might be a few F's here and stuff like that. So if you are easily offended, I do apologise in advance. I absolutely have no issues with you turning over, but please do know that none of it's directed at anyone in particular and it's never caused to make offence. It's just colourful language. And in order for me to be my true self, there will be certain topics that I will cover within the podcast, and these can be quite triggering for some people. So these will include things such as self-harm, such as suicide, eating disorders, alcoholism, domestic violence. These are just I'm not saying that they will come up, I'm just kind of saying that there's a chance that they may come up. So please do know that all podcasts will come with a trigger warning, because I've thought long and hard about this, and I know when you watch all of the videos and you read all of the recommendations and do this, that and the other, and it says you should come in with a script and a plan, and maybe somewhere down the line, like I said, this is a learning curve for me, and I always appreciate all your feedback and everything like that. But I didn't want to kind of come in with a script, especially not on the first one, because I kind of wanted you to get to know me as I am, as a person. The professionalism and the, like I said, the fancy stuff and all of the business side of things is coming. But first and foremost, I want to get you to know me as Claire. And that's really, really important to me. So I don't really know where I was going with that one. What was I kind of saying? You can tell I'm nervous. You can tell I'm ultimately nervous. But yeah, so all of the YouTube, I'll sit watching the YouTube. That's it. So back at the start of the year, I started watching. I can't even remember how it happened. It might have been Instagram. It might have been something like that. But anyway, I started off watching Kate Calloway. She's an American influencer, early 30s. She's just fantastic. And I started off watching. She does a lot of reset videos, and she has her own journals and things like that. And journaling has been something that's been really, really important to me, and a part of my absolute solid daily habits every day. So I kind of started off watching her. Through her, I linked in with Becca Watson, Holly B Fitness, and all of these. And it's got me thinking over the last few days. Now, these are amazing. I watch them religiously every week. Whenever a new video is uploaded, I'll watch it. And I genuinely enjoy them, and I get a lot of takeaway messages from them. So in absolutely no way am I dissing these. In fact, I would thoroughly encourage that you go and watch these people and just have a look, especially if you're looking for a bit of motivation, a bit of inspiration for daily routines and things like that. Absolutely fantastic. However, what I realised was, and this is a lot of my own mindset and my own way of thinking, and I am working on this, and we'll work on this together over the weeks. And again, it's something that Yes You Can is going to be working towards to help you with as well. But sometimes on days where I'm feeling less than fantastic, maybe my body dysmorphia demons are really, really high on that day, or I'm just feeling a bit rotten, or whatever it is, I'm just not having a good day. And I sit and watch these influencers, and it isn't that they make me feel bad about myself. They don't. Like I said, they're doing a job and they're amazing, and they inspire me, and I respect them massively. But what I realised is, although they do all these things and they're fantastic, and I've had implemented lots of different things into my life because of things that these girls, and Ben Haldon, so I do watch, and Stephen Bartlett, so I do watch male ones as well. What I realised is, they all tended to be younger, single, professionals kind of thing. They've all come from somewhere, and that's amazing, and I love that. So they've all started their own journey, probably doing something very similar to this. But yeah, in some ways, they were quite hard to relate to on a normal level. And what do I mean by normal? Because I don't actually like that word. There's no such thing as normal, in my opinion. But a lot of them, that is their full-time job. So for me, for instance, I have a 10-year-old son who has football things. I share custody with his dad. I have a full-time job. I'm chair of trustees of my charity. Although I'm a lot less hands-on, so I have an amazing team who work there. So I'm not going to try and say in any which way that causes me any extra stress, because it doesn't. I took a massive step back last year, and it was time. And my team are fantastic. But what I'm saying is there's a lot of different things. I still deal constantly with my own mental health. In fact, I should be starting finally, after a 2-year wait, my high intensity CBT. That starts next week. So there's a lot of everyday things that when you're watching these videos, sometimes you can think, well, why can't I do that? Why isn't that achievable? Why am I struggling at that? That looks really easy. And what I'm trying to get across is everybody's life and everybody's day-to-day, hour by hour, even minute by minute, is so completely unique and so completely yours that although as humans we constantly compare, it's what we do, it's how we're programmed in a sense, and society, don't get me ranting on society, but society does have a lot to answer for in that kind of thing. So I was sitting and I was brainstorming and I'm reading my self-help books and doing all the, I don't know if you can call them self-help books anymore. Anyway, so reading my non-fiction books and things like that. And I'm thinking, how can I bring Yes You Can to the masses of people who may not really understand all the polished, six-packed, fabulous people that, although that, like I said, I'll keep reiterating it because in no way am I downplaying them or anything like this, but how could I take kind of what they're doing, which is amazing, and yeah, I hope I do apologise. I can only hope somewhere down the line I'm anywhere near have as many subscribers and stuff like that as they do. But how could I be more relatable? How could I come across and show everyone what I'm trying to do? So with Yes You Can, my overall aim is to help. It's kind of, there's different angles you can go with it. So exercise has always been a passion of mine. Well, not always. Since 2017, exercise has been a passion of mine. It massively played a part in my mental health journey, to the point that I would be confident enough to sit here and say it saved my life. It absolutely saved my life. Has there been times where it's slacked and I haven't put the effort into it, or I haven't used it as the coping strategy that I know that I need to? Absolutely. In fact, I'm on my gazillionth time of restarting again and doing all of this. But what I've never stopped believing in how important exercise is to me. And although I've got my personal trainer qualifications, I'm a qualified UK athletics run leader, so I've got the kind of tick boxes, yes, you can do that type thing. What I've also got, and I'm going to keep banging on about this, I'll probably call this podcast Real Life or something like this, but who I am is, I understand the distractions in life. I understand being bottom of your list of priorities. I have everything and everybody above me and I come last. And I know that that's not right, and I need to make a conscious change that if I want to be my best self, if I want to follow the ethos of what Yes You Can coaching is going to be, then I need to really, really step up for myself. And like I said, this is me going along this journey with you, because although I will be your coach, although I will be helping you and directing you, encouraging you, and all of these things, whatever it is on your journey that you need in, I want you to always be able to come back and, you know what, I can talk to Claire because I know she gets it. Yes, there might be times where I'm absolutely caning the gym every single day, drinking 5 litres of water. I don't drink 5 litres of water. I drink a lot more than 5 litres. And yes, there's times I've been told that I exhaust people because I'm also busy and I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But there is also times where I sit on my backside and go, can't be fucking arsed with this, or I should go at the gym, but I'm going to do this instead, or I should be doing a blog, but I'm going to pour myself a glass of red wine. I should eat a salad, but I'm going to order a Parmo because they're absolutely delicious. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be one of these, but hopefully that'll make those people that have genuine fear and anxiety over joining gyms, over starting exercise, who just think, oh my God, there's so many options out there, what can I do? I can be that little starting point. I can be that person with a flag at the beginning that says, right, let's go. And I can take it at any pace that suits you. I can come across as any supporter that suits you. So I know that some people need to have a more sensitive approach, a delicate approach, more encouraging, take it at your own pace, and me just help kind of fill in the gaps and push you forward a little bit. But then some people really do need an absolute ass kicking, who need to be told, right, you're going to do this, this is what needs to be done. They just need clear direction. And I think the flexibility, and one of the positives about working with me is I can adapt to these. I'm very good at adapting to individuals. I work with individuals as young as 10 years old up to age is but a number, in my opinion. So yeah, I hand on heart, I am incredibly good at doing that, at being able to adapt, at being able to sit down with you, find out who you currently are as a person, find out what experiences have affected you and led to this point, and find out where you want to be and why have you got in contact and why are you wanting to work with me, why are you watching this YouTube video or listening to this podcast or what. Who are you now? And who are you aspiring to be? And then together, we'll work towards getting you to that place. The other thing is, so we've done the fitness side, so that's the exercise thing. Like I said, you can either work with me through the exercise or I can just help build your confidence around that. The other side of things is improving your health and well-being overall. So I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a nutritionist or anything like that. But again, like I said, I am a 39-year-old woman. I've done qualifications in these things. I've done the studying. But what I've also got is lived experience in it. I know how it feels to have zero money in your bank account. I know how it feels to be one of those people that pretty much needs to go to a food bank. And there's no shame in this. I know there's still a lot of stigma and stuff around that, but there's no shame in that. So I know how to make meals out of nothing. I know store cupboard essentials, and these are the things that it is another rant, and it's probably one I'll do a whole podcast on because it is a proper rant. These are the things that aren't taught in school, and these are life skills, genuine life skills. The amount of people who will admit that they have no idea what they should be buying, how to cook, and even simple things like boiling an egg and things like that. These are things that I can work with you to help. We can work towards your likes and dislikes. I can help you work around building confidence, trying new foods and things like that. So it's improving that. We can look at, so I'm very much, like I said, I'd mentioned earlier, with journals, habit tracking, habit stacking, building your day around on the journey that's going to be getting you to be your best self. And again, it's always going to be covered by that tagline, yes, you can. If you want to eat healthily, we will get you there. Yes, you can. If you want to increase your fitness levels and develop a love for some sort of exercise, yes, you can. If you want to increase that confidence and that self-worth and find out who you really are as a person, yes, you can. And I know you can, because you can. And at this moment in time, like I said, this is only episode 1. It's a lot of rambling, a lot of probably doesn't make any sense. But the one thing I will always be, and the one thing that Yes You Can is going to be built on, the one thing that I hope comes across from me as a person, is I really do genuinely believe in you. I genuinely believe in people being able to better themselves, whichever way that looks. And I am, like I said, the number one person for comparing myself in. I'm looking at myself in the video here. Now, I suffer from bulimia, and I mentioned before I've got body dysmorphia. I have a very warped way of looking at myself. So this is a huge challenge for me, because what I can see in this video, I'm going to be quite honest with you, it knocks me sick. I'm not doing this for attention or for people to put comments in or blah, blah, blah. Do you know what? That's not, I'm here because I want to be honest with you. This is a huge, huge challenge for me doing this. And I'm not going to edit this first video at all, because I think if I do, then it's going to get the point where I mess it up, take away its authenticity, and most likely probably get the point where I just don't share it. And it's really important for me to share this, to do this, to show you that I mean what I say, that I understand that things are hard, and mental health has a lot to answer for, and together we can do this. And yes, you can, yes, I can, and we're going to do this. So I've realised that I haven't done this for over a year. So my last podcast was just after my dad died. And like I said, it's been a catalyst for a lot of things that have happened over the last year. It was the main reason I left a job that I absolutely loved in social prescribing. I left an amazing team of people. And there's just things that have happened over the course of the year that's I was kind of sat with some friends at work the other day. And I realised that I'm absolutely, completely lost. In 2018, I had a plan. I'd survived my suicide attempt. I'd started talking about my story. I'd started volunteering. I'd started Red Balloons. I'd started university. I started doing this, that and the other. And things were going really, really, really well. And I had a plan. I had a strict plan. I was smashing the gym. I was in the best physical health that I've ever been in. I'm not there at the minute. But that'll be a different podcast. Yeah, it just, in 2018, to me, the world was my oyster. I'd met some amazing people. I was working with some fantastic community organisations. It just, everything seemed, although I was still massively struggling with my mental health, everything had a positive spin on it. Everything had a reason, a meaning and things like that. And then over the years, COVID happened. I'm still chuffed to bits that I walked away with a degree in psychology during COVID, when realistically I only actually did 1 year in campus. So me and my cohort of people, we passed our degree basically during COVID, and that was quite isolating. But Red Balloons and my degree, it kind of gave me a focus and it kept me ticking over. And unfortunately, around about that time, at the end of my degree, and coming to the end of COVID, I became physically unwell with headaches, which are still ongoing to this day, to be honest. And I'd started my master's in health psychology, which was the next step on my plan. But what happened was I had to disengage from that course. I can't withdraw, that's a word. I had to withdraw from that course. And if I'm honest with myself, since then, although I had to do it, I don't regret doing it. I had to withdraw. I wasn't physically well enough, and I wasn't mentally capable of doing a master's. I would have failed, and it would have had a really, really, really negative, detrimental impact on me if I had just carried on and ended up not doing myself justice. So I don't regret withdrawing. It had to be done. But from there, everything seems to have unravelled. So from someone who had a plan, she'd got through the darkest time in her life, she was working towards, she knew what she wanted to do, be a health psychologist, blah, 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 to now sitting here with yous and being completely honest that I have a plan for Yes You Can coaching, and I want you to come on board, and I want you to follow my journey, and I want you to work with me, and I want you to help me grow this business to be what I genuinely believe it can be. But I don't have a plan as such. I don't have right, this is step 1, step 2, step 3. At the minute, it's kind of right, let's get some things boxed off that I know what I needed to do. So sign up to the YouTube channel, recording my first podcast, recording the first video, do a proper rambling thing just to kind of get over my fears. And because it was something that I've genuinely been procrastinating over this podcast for absolute ages. And I realised it's because I am shit scared of this going wrong, shit scared of losing myself completely. And my mental health hasn't been great at the minute. It isn't great. I'm off on leave at the minute with me working in a school. I'm on the Easter holidays. And over the last 5 days, I've just been trying to work out who the fuck I am. And this probably, in a sense, this probably isn't going to give you the confidence to come and work with me, because I'm just kind of going, I don't know, and I'm not making much sense and whatever. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure it all out. The ultimate core foundations of what I'm doing is I want to help people. I really, really believe that anyone, like I said it before, I'll keep repeating myself, I don't care. I really believe that anyone can be what they want to be. And I believe that is life always going to be happy and rainbows and unicorns and all this? No, it isn't. It's life. There's going to be times in your life that are shit. Times in your life that rock your world. Losing someone, bereavement, relationship breakdowns, jobs, etc. Do you know what I mean? Life is not linear. It's like this all the time. But what I want to do is make those highs higher and make the lows less scary. And I want you to feel supported. I want you to know that you've got somewhere to go. I want you to know that you've got someone who wants to work with you, who wants the very best for you. And yes, it's a business. Yes, do you know what I mean? Let's be honest. There's going to have to be money made out of this and all this in order for me to have a life. If I could give my time away for free, then I absolutely would. But this isn't my fundamental core. I'm not bothered if I'm not driving around in fancy cars. Do you know what I mean? That isn't me. I want a job where I wake up on a Monday absolutely gagging to get to work. I want to have a job where I'm not counting down till the next day I'm off. I want that passion back, that excitement, that, oh gosh, what's going to happen? Who am I going to see? Who am I going to meet? What's in my diary? I want all of that, and yous will be able to help me get that. And in return, I'll give yous anything that I can within my means. So, yeah, that's me. And that's Yes You Can in a nutshell. I would love to have some ideas about what you would like to see on these videos. I was looking back on some of my Facebook lives during COVID, and I think one thing I'm going to bring back as a bit of a laugh, and just to show you, like I said, I'm not like a bodybuilder, or I am a marathon runner though. But do you know what I mean? It's one of those, I'm going to bring back kind of daily challenges, but they won't be daily. It'll be like podcast challenges where I'm filming myself, and I don't know how that'll work, but I'll work through it. Do you know what I mean? I want to have fun with this. I want you to have fun with this. I want you to watch this, listen to this, however you're going to be doing with it. And I want you to have a bit of a giggle. I don't mind if you're laughing at me. Everyone laughs at me. But the majority of the time you're going to be laughing with me as well. And the one thing I do is I take my work and the people I love and the people I work with very, very seriously. And I need to start taking myself more seriously. I do that. I need to have more self-worth. I need to work on this imposter syndrome, because yes, I can absolutely fucking do this. And I know I can. And I'm going to. But sometimes I may need just a little, come on, Claire, you're doing good. And like, yeah, do you know what I mean? Because I'm human and we need this. We need this encouragement. And I just want to create something that brings a bit of joy into people's lives. I want to bring some confidence into people's lives. I want to bring some motivation into people's lives. I want to help use the things that I've learned for you to be able to take on and pick the bits that suit you. Now, it could be that you want me to do a workshop within your organisation. Absolutely. Motivational talks, absolutely. Sharing my story, absolutely. Anything like that, just get in contact with me. The one thing I have learned is if I'm not going to be the best person or able to do what you're asking for justice, then I am brave enough and I am honest enough to turn around and say, do you know what, I probably won't be the best person. But yeah, it's just, give me a chance. Give this podcast a chance. Give the video a chance. And next time I should be sat somewhere where maybe you can see my face properly, but I'm quite liking this, like I said, because you don't. But yeah, so Yes You Can coaching, Yes You Can holistic life coaching is officially starting to be launched. This will be on YouTube if you're watching me face to face. If you're on the podcast, you'll be listening to me just ramble on. There'll be a website coming. I've set myself a goal for the 14th of April to have the website at least basically launched. Social media pages, and I'm on LinkedIn already if you want to have a look on there. But first off, I just want to say thank you for, if you've lasted the whole 30 minutes of this, then wow, massive thank you. Any feedback would be massively appreciated, please. Any ideas about what you think I should talk about, any ideas of fitness challenges, send me them my way. The funnier the better. I'll give them a try. Will I pass them all? Probably not. But I just want to say thank you very much for tuning in, for listening, for giving me a chance, and I'll see you next time. Bye.